All right, people, welcome to our next video in the series. Today we will be doing Would You Rather. So here we go. We shall start. So, would you rather live in an amusement park or live in a zoo?
Uh, I think an amusement park, because at least then you wouldn't be treated like, I don't know, scum. Because if I don't want to be locked in a cage, because it doesn't specify whether if you're living in a zoo that you have to be an animal or human. So
Well, it doesn't for the amusement park, so I'm assuming it just means like you get to live there, so then you get to just walk around the zoo or the amusement park like whenever you want and take the rides and this or that, but then technically like most amusement parks shut down at night, so like are you allowed to like turn the stuff back on and like ride the stuff when nobody else is there since you live there or whatnot? So I
mm,
don't know. So
either
that's why I
way,
think
either situation, it would get really old pretty fast.
yeah, exactly. You
So
know, the amusement park could probably be entertaining depending on what you could do and stuff, but
doesn't say that you have to stay there the entire time.
yeah,
So.
it doesn't. In either situation, it doesn't. So once you were tired of it, you could just like move somewhere else. So, but for me, in a way, for me, I would choose the zoo, I guess, because I'd still rather like to be around like the animals, like the lions and stuff, and penguins and all that stuff. So,
Only
damn, I lost.
25%.
I lost.
That first comment, who the fuck wants to live in a zoo? Think about the koalas, sloths, and langurs, papagoes, all those other cute animals.
Right, that's what I mean. Like you could like,
Um, but if I'm gonna mess with like babies, like baby animals, I guess I'd go to like a wildlife, something for a good cause kind of
yeah, that
thing.
could be the thing, but all right, next one. So if you could be embarrassed in one way, would you rather have your dad tell everyone about your potty training with pics or have your mom show your naked baby pictures to strangers? Um, Seeing
Hmm.
how isn't technically in the real world my dad is dead, so I only have one option. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd rather go. They're both when you're kids, so yeah, they're technically gonna be embarrassing either way, but I don't
For
know.
me, it wouldn't really bother me at all. So
Yeah, not too much because it's like you're a baby, so who cares? Like, but
yeah,
then I guess with the other one is like your dad, I guess, is probably showing you like your friends and stuff. But with this other one, your mom's just going around to complete strangers and just showing them naked pictures of when you were a baby, which is in a way kind of weird because then I'd be worrying for my mom's sanity at that point. But uh,
plus you could also run into a pedophile and not even know it. And then
yeah, or that.
he might start following her home and try to go after whoever was the baby.
Well, not at that point, because even if they were, they would be interested in just getting like the pictures, probably.
Still in danger.
Yeah, it would put your mom in danger. So like you never know with it could be a bunch of different situations. So with the other one, it just sounds like it might just be like showing your friends or some other such, and it's like, you know,
Yeah,
that's gonna be too big of a deal. So I'd rather choose the blue.
wow.
Really? I don't know. I guess some people just aren't thinking like we do, I guess.
No, probably not.
All right. Now, would you rather have to sleep 3 hours every day or have to sleep 15 hours every day? Uh,
God, only getting 3 hours of sleep can really suck.
yeah, every day would suck, but unless it would depend, like, do you get the 3 hours and you're just well rested and everything within that 3 hours? Like, is that part of the condition with it or not? Because there's a lot of side effects that you can have from oversleeping as well, though. So, sleeping 15 hours a day, that still also only leaves you 9 hours every day to even do anything, though. So, you're not going to even be able to get anything done every day. So it would in a way depend on the conditions, but either one isn't good for your like health. Oversleeping is not good for you, and like not getting enough sleep is not good for you. But I would still, either way, I would probably still have to choose the 3 hours because it would still give me more time in the day to do stuff, though. Dang,
Okay.
it's pretty close. Jeez. All right, now would you rather stare at the sun for 5 seconds after being in a dark room for 5 hours or have one eye replaced with a glass eye for the rest of your life?
Damn.
Ouch. I mean, losing one eye, you would lose like half of your depth perception and everything else. I mean, you would still have your other eye, so it wouldn't stop you from doing stuff, but like going straight from a dark room to where your eyes are completely adjusted to that dark room and then stepping out and having to stare straight at the sun for like even just 5 seconds, that would probably hurt your eyes like so much.
Well,
Probably anyway, that like I don't know. I think that could hurt more than the other one.
it's actually not so bad, and I've done it before. Um, Sometimes when I haven't like when I pulled an overnighter or all nighter or whatever, and I've gone outside in the morning and looked at the sky, it hurts at first, but it becomes like easily adjusted. So
Kinda, but did you just look at the sky or did you look
the
directly at
sky,
the sun? Exactly, that's kind of the
but it's
difference.
still pretty bright. So
Yeah, but there's still supposed to be a difference between just like looking at the sky and looking directly at the sun. There's like that's supposed to be really, really bad for your eyes. Even if your eyes are
oh,
like adjusted to the like being outside and the brightness and stuff, you're still not supposed to. So I would, I don't know.
I
I
wouldn't lose
guess
an
it's
eye. So
I guess it's just 5 seconds, so maybe. So I guess I would still probably choose the blue because then with the red, you lose like half your depth perception and all that other stuff. So yeah, that's not bad, but that's kind of a tough one either way, though.
oh my God, Mac and Windows argument.
Okay, yay. Well, this is kind of an easy question for both of us. Would you rather only use a Mac or only use a Windows PC?
Well, we
Windows.
both have Windows, so
Yeah, I've used Windows for like ever. I've never gotten accustomed to like Mac and the interface and how they
mm,
do their stuff, and I've never really liked Apple too
yeah,
much.
I don't
Anyway,
like
they're
Apple
like
either.
they're just way too overpriced, and you can't really customize them or anything. So I've always gone with
Well,
PC.
actually, you can customize them, but they're very picky about the hardware. Uh, and also you can do a Hackintosh, which is basically a Mac OS on PC, hardware that you would use for a PC.
Right. I know you can, but
And
then at that point you're like voiding any warranties you might have by doing
yeah, but whatever.
that.
But Mac can pretty much use any graphics card, so um, I don't know.
I'd
But
still just go with like a Windows. That's what I'm
yeah.
accustomed to, and
Plus, Mac has issues with Steam just as much as Linux does.
right.
Um,
Okay, good. Got a good on that one. All right, now would you rather read the Iliad or read the Odyssey? I've never
Never heard of
read.
either.
Yeah, me neither. I've never read either, so I don't know. Are they are they by the same, like author? I don't even know.
People are saying that the Odyssey was actually okay, so
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with kind of the audience on this one because I've never read either. So yeah, I guess I'd just choose the Odyssey. So, all right, now would you rather be muscular with a busted face or be busty with a gorgeous face?
that's easy. I choose the red one.
So I'm assuming that that means essentially you're gonna, if you choose red, you're gonna turn into a girl,
I assume that, yeah.
and then the other one you either get to like stay a guy and then like.
Well, maybe this question is meant for girls, because it seems to be written by one. But
Huh.
since we're both guys, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing is like it seems a little because it's like at that point the red one would essentially turn you into a girl, which, you know, depending on what it would, it might be a benefit, I guess, but the other one is just kind of messed up because it doesn't get it's kind of a messed up choice in a way.
I don't know. Does the girl that wrote that find that attractive or something?
It could be. I don't know. But I guess if I had to choose, I
I would go with the red, assuming that there's no rules. So I would only try it for a day first and then see how it goes. If I could turn back to normal afterwards.
well, in the real world, essentially, if you did that, you technically could by like, it doesn't say for sure that it turns you into a woman if you choose red. It just, I don't see how else that works of being busty with a gorgeous face. Like, you could be a guy and have a gorgeous face. I'm not necessarily saying that, but being busty, like, how does that work?
Maybe if you have like super strong, I don't know what you would call them for a guy, but I guess
Right?
you would
Like the
just call them breasts.
bodybuilders or whatever, like you'd have like the big pecs, I guess. Those could, busty is, what attributes to your bust. So, it's not like a guy doesn't have a bust or anything, but it's just like, but yeah, does that mean that that's what it is? I don't, I'll just go red, I guess, because that would just be, yeah, okay. I figured. All right, now would you rather burp confetti or fart glitter? Okay. Yeah, that's great.
Well, glitter is hard to get off your skin if you don't shower, so and if you try to get it off, it just gets everywhere else. So
Exactly. And then it would be like all over your clothes, all over like everything else, stuck in your hair, like on your legs and stuff or whatever. But then with the confetti, like if you're doing that, I don't burp too often, but still like I would think at that point it would be like a choking hazard because some of it could like if it's coming up through your throat, like your throat could be, is usually kind of wet and stuff most of
Right.
the time. And so if it could get stuck in there, I would think that would be a pretty bad choking hazard. So either one sucks. It just flat out sucks.
I
I don't,
suppose the farting glitter thing could appeal to other people if you look at it in a positive way.
if you did, yeah, you would be like great at parties.
Yeah, it'd probably never get old either, and other people might actually find it amazing.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna have to go with fart glitter.
I guess I'll go with that too, because the other one just seems too much of where it's like gonna kill you.
Wow, people just
That's, geez, that's kind of close, but dang. I don't know. That's a little. Okay, now would you rather be the parent of Adolf Hitler or be the parent of Osama bin Laden? Either one
mm.
sucks.
Well, is Osama bin Laden actually dead?
Is he? I don't know. He's supposed to be. So is Hitler.
Well,
Both supposed to be dead.
here's what I have to say about this. In just anybody who's watching, I don't support Adolf Hitler or Nazism of any kind, so no rude comments. But Adolf Hitler was an artist, so if in another or alternate similar parallel universe there was another Adolf Hitler who didn't go mad and destroy a huge portion of the human race, um, then yeah, I don't see why. I don't see a problem being his father because he was actually a decent artist. So,
Well, yeah, there's that aside, but then it also says down in the little comment right there below, it says you would not be able to raise them to different outcomes.
oh, I didn't read that. Okay.
So there's that. So
Um, well,
either one you can't change.
what if I died as a dad before he chose to do all that?
Then I guess it wouldn't matter at that point because most people don't even care about the parents of these two people. They just care about the people themselves. Like half the
Hmm.
time, almost all the time, their parents aren't even mentioned anyway. So it's not like they're a big focus on these people, I guess, anyway. So I guess in a way it doesn't matter, at least when it comes to this, because it's the people themselves that are like the focus of everybody's, you
Although
know,
I don't know much
decision.
about Osama bin Laden, like personally, or what his life goals were. So,
I don't either, not too much anyway of either, because I never really cared.
and generally, when people want to do something a parody, uh, I would say that Adolf Hitler has been favored more than Osama bin Laden. So,
Yeah, if it comes to some kind of parody or some other such.
so I'm gonna go with Adolf.
I mean, I guess I would choose that too, because like technically it could say you would not be able to raise them to different outcomes, so that means you technically couldn't change what happened, but in a way you technically could because it doesn't say you can't kill them. You'd be their
Right.
parent, but it doesn't say you couldn't do that. Like if you realized where your son was going, to turn out to be, you could, in a way, technically, you could do something, at least at that point. So I don't. I guess yeah. I just choose blue anyway because I don't. Either one sucks. Okay. All right. Now, would you rather die in a zombie apocalypse or die in a nuclear war?
Nuclear war.
Yeah, I'd probably just go with the red too, because like the blue would kind of suck because it would most likely mean that even if I died, I'd probably come back as a zombie, and then as a zombie I could hurt. other people that I care about and stuff. Which, yeah, I'm dead at that point. It doesn't really matter. It's not like I'm like, you know, there anymore or whatever to really to know about it. But still, yeah, I guess I'd just go with the kind of nuclear thing.
Well, what about that one part in the? I know, I know it's fictional, but like, you know that one part in the VHS 2 movie where at the end of that zombie part where he gets the call from his girlfriend and he realizes that he is a zombie, so he needs to kill himself.
Right. I mean, there's it would depend on the situation. Yeah, it's like, but most zombies, like once you're done, you're done. You're just like a zombie. Your brain's not there anymore. You're all the functions that are left is like, your like movement functions and to eat. That's all that drives you at that point. The rest is just like
Right.
gone. So at that point it would suck, but then there's others like, kind of like I Am Legend or whatever. Those were different kind of zombies. They were actually kind of smart and they were like
I
they would
think
be
those are actually ghouls.
yeah, kind of, I guess, but in the movie I think they call them zombies still. So technically it's a different form of zombie or whatever. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I haven't seen the movie in forever, but I'm just saying that's kind of an example to where they were still kind of intelligent and they still had like kind of family units and they were just in a way they were just kind of trying to survive also. So there is that different thing about it, but then in a way if you had to die though, but either way in a zombie apocalypse, at least before you died you could kind of have a lot of fun though. Like you'd be able to go to like a dealership and get some really nice cars and be able to just drive them around and mess around and do all kinds of stuff that you kind of wanted to do that you would want to do now, but obviously can't. But then at that point you'd be able to do it. But then in like a nuclear war, like everything's like blown up. So I don't know. I'd probably still have to do the zombie apocalypse, I guess, because I'd still, like I said, I'd
When
still be able to have a lot of
when
fun.
they say both would be relatively swift, does that mean that it would be over fast or
That's what I'm assuming they mean. So like if you're in the zombie apocalypse, like you get bit, but like I guess you probably get bit like right in your like right in your neck and in your artery, so you bleed out in like 6 seconds or something like that, and you're just dead.
no?
Or like in the nuclear war, I'm assuming that means you're caught in one of the blasts, and so you die within like seconds also. So
All
I'm
right,
assuming it means
so
either one, but if depending on how long you get to live in each, I'd still just have to choose the zombie one, I guess.
uh,
Ah, dang, that
I
was a low one.
I don't
Dang.
know. What if you have a shelter though?
But in either situation, it says that you die. So like maybe if even if you do have a shelter, you can maybe save your family and stuff. But in either situations, it says that you die.
All right.
So okay, now would you rather have a flying car or have 1 terabyte internet connection? Uh,
Well, if you have the flying car, then what's the point of having the internet?
yeah, you could
Because
be like you could go fly to Japan for basically free, depending on what kind of fuel your car uses, though. Like,
that could
if
actually be
it's
illegal though. Because if you're the only one that has it, then that can get you into a world of trouble.
yeah, with technically with like TSA and stuff or whatever. Technically, it couldn't because at that point you would just have to like register it as like a flying vehicle. It could be considered a small aircraft, and
So
then you'd
yeah,
have to get like a license to fly it though, at least and stuff. But then after, if you went about it legally, you could probably have your own flying car. You would just
yeah,
have to
but
make sure you registered it and like had a flight plan and stuff. So then, but then at that point, would the car get like the same gas mileage it does when you're driving? Or can you just fly it anywhere without like having any kind of gas? Is it some kind of like solar powered flying car or something? It doesn't say that, so I'm assuming not. So I'm assuming
Well, assuming there's no government involved or illegal things or laws getting broken, then yeah, I would prefer the flying car.
exactly. Like as long as there's no laws and I can't really get in trouble for it and it's not too expensive to maintain or something, I would just choose the flying car because then I'd be able to go fly over to like Japan or Italy or wherever I wanted on my own stuff. So, yeah. Now, would you
Alright.
rather have your left leg be painlessly amputated and only be allowed to use a peg leg as a prosthetic replacement, or have one of your toes be amputated with a dirty cleaver every year until you have none left? Holy,
Neither one is good, so. But that red one would mean longer term and pain, I guess, and
kinda, but then
humiliation.
there's also the little thing on the explanation. So it says there, if you choose the blue option, you can take off the peg leg whenever you want and use a wheelchair if you please, or like probably even like an electric scooter and shit. So it would give you an excuse to have like an electric scooter. And depending on which leg, you could well, it's your left leg, so you could still like drive an automatic car. So you'd still be able to drive places and get around mostly. Um,
And if you choose the red option, your toes would be amputated on January 1st each year. Cleaver has 20% chance of causing painful but non-lethal infection that lasts a month. Oh, hell no.
right. So depending on which that is, but if it causes that, then you're not you're not going to be able to walk around for a month or whatever because you're like you'd have some kind of infection which would probably make it too painful to where you would even be able to walk. So you'd basically be out of commission for like a whole month, most likely. 20% chance in a way is kind of small, but in a way I would still rather choose it to not be pain, the to not have any pain and stuff because then like I said at that point I could still get around. I'd still be able to drive a car and
Mhm.
all that stuff. So yeah. Awesome. We didn't do too bad there. All right, now would you rather be a superhero or be a super villain? Uh,
I've always wanted to be a villain. For just for once in the movies, I would like to see the bad guy win.
Kinda in a way. Sometimes I kind of agree with you there. I kind of like I've kind of wanted to see that too. That would always be an interesting like twist and stuff to it. But for me, I'd choose a superhero though. I'd like to, you know, that
I'm
would
gonna
be
go with red. What?
oh man, that wasn't
Nobody wants to be evil?
not really, I guess, from the looks of it. All right, now, would you rather be telekinetic or be telepathic?
I
Okay,
think we did this
so
one already.
I think we did. I think it was in the button one, though, wasn't it?
I don't know. Maybe it was one when we didn't record.
Yeah, it might have been. Um, but either way, if I had to choose, though, I'd choose the telepathic, though. I'd rather have that ability than be able to move stuff around.
So, but if you're telepathic, does that mean like nobody else knows that you can read their mind or what?
Unless you tell them, I'm assuming no,
Okay.
because they probably wouldn't even know that you were doing it.
Yeah, I guess even though it's an invasion of privacy, I'd still want to know what people are thinking.
At least some people, yeah. There are some select people kind of that I would like to know as well.
Wow.
Dang, kind of low end on that one too, really? Dang. I mean, I guess with that one too, before we move on, I guess it would have to say also on how strong it is, though. It didn't really say. So, with the tele telekinesis could be kind of good because like if you were really good at it, you could move some like really heavy stuff. So it would kind of make it like kind of cool to where you could kind of help a lot of people kind of become a superhero with it and stuff kind of. But I don't know. Anyway, I'd still rather have the other one, I guess.
But with the, hold on, let me say this. But with the telepathic, you could find out what any girl is thinking, and then you could become her perfect guy, I guess.
Somewhat, but
And that would like be super easy.
it could be, but then women are almost always changing their minds, so it would probably be almost impossible to be a perfect person for a woman.
Mm.
Somewhat, I would have to say, but you know, in a way, with a lot of things, though, yes, it could still help you, you know what she really likes and what she really doesn't like and stuff that could help you, you know, I guess narrow it down and
Yeah, so
stuff.
even if she changes, you could still be what she wants.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, that's why I'm
anyways,
saying I'd still stick with that one either way.
next one.
All right. Now, would you rather be an excellent singer or be a superb writer?
I think
Ah,
I'd have to choose singer
I mean,
because, I mean, yeah, I've read a story, like a few good stories, really good ones. But music always really touches my soul and my heart more than writing ever will. So,
yeah, depends on what you go with, but yeah, that's kind of true with a lot of people. But then in a way with the writing though, it's like generally if I'm assuming that if it's superb kind of, then that means you're probably gonna write some book or books. I'm assuming books since you're just a superb writer, so you could write as many books as you wanted. That could turn out to be kind of like a situation like J.K. Rowling or something that created Harry Potter. She wrote like seven or eight books now because I think she's got a few side books
mm,
that they're doing, and then for that they've made a bunch of movies and stuff, and so she's become like super popular. And obviously, since she still has the rights to Harry Potter, it probably made her like super rich. And it's not like you couldn't get like super rich the other way by like making music and stuff, but for me,
yeah,
I
but
always liked
let's be
books
honest here though. Um, how many people do you know that actually read?
a lot, actually. I know a lot of people that still read books and stuff.
Okay, well, I don't. I mean, if we were to take like a vote, an imaginary one, but with one with realistic expectations, like say teenagers in high school or something, I
Yeah,
think
you
that
could.
they would prefer the music just because it doesn't require any kind of attention span really.
Right, which
But
in
at
a
the
way
same
I could
time,
see is kind of sad though.
it can give you the same kind of feeling that a really good book could, but even stronger sometimes. So
It could
I
and it would
mean,
just depend, but for me, I've always been a fan of books. I still like reading. I listen to audiobooks pretty often and stuff. And like I said, in a way, that's kind of sad though. Is like if there was a survey like that, you know, It just in a way for me it's kind of sad that kids are growing up nowadays and they don't have the attention span to want to read a book anymore. For me, that's sad. That they would rather like listen to music or be playing on their iPads or whatever over like reading a book. For me, is kind of sad.
Well,
But
that's the generation these days. So,
exactly, and I it's kind of sad, really. But for me, that's why I've always been a big fan of books. So I would choose the writing though.
all right, we'll go with yours because I respect hard workers. And you lost.
Yeah, I figured I would though, which is like I said, that's just kind of sad. All right, now would you rather have a one night stand or have a friend with benefits?
Friend with benefits, I think. I mean, I think would for me would cause too much issues. And if she had another friend with benefits, I'd get jealous.
Yeah, because at that point it wouldn't. She wouldn't be exclusive to you. Yes, so she could have other friends with benefits and stuff. So
Then,
yeah, I
if
think
I
that
don't even know about that, like that can be very risky for my health, also.
it could. Yes. Um, I don't know. That one's kind of complicated. I mean, not too much, I guess, because yeah, but it's kind of risky with the one night stand also, because if you don't wear one like a condom during that one, then
But I think it's less likely though because a friend with benefits is more likely to have sex more often. So
generally, yeah. But then in a way, I guess it just depends on how much you like the girl though, because then it's like if you like her enough, then like a one night stand is good enough, because then you could be like, you could at least have I guess the bragging rights you could say of like, yeah, this happened. It was great. It was fantastic and stuff. But you know,
well, if I really like the girl, I think I'd. Well, yeah, it would be great, but I'd miss her.
exactly, you would want it to happen more, at least more than once. So that's why I think what it kind of comes down to is like, how much do you actually like the girl? Or I mean, guy, it could be flipped, but since we're both guys answering the question, it's obviously going to be a girl that we're going to be having like either the one night stand with or whatnot. So either way, I think it just comes down to how much you actually like the girl. You know, would you be satisfied with just a one night stand, or would you at least like it to happen more than once? So for me, in a way, I would probably still have to choose the friends with benefits because if I liked her enough, I would probably want it to happen more than just the once. Because also, if you like her enough, having just a one night stand could actually ruin like the friendship though. If it comes from that kind of situation also.
Mm, I'd get too jealous with the benefits thing. But then, and I think I'm just being pessimistic about this. But either way, for me at least, is not.
It's kind of a downer in either
Yeah.
situation. Yeah, in a way with that, I kind of agree because I'm kind of a relationship guy. I would rather just like be able to have a relationship with somebody and it, kind of be just exclusive and just be able to share stuff with that one person. So I kind of agree, but I'm just saying if I had to choose between the two situations, I would rather choose the friends with benefits because at least with that you both enter into the agreement like willingly and stuff, and you're not just maybe having some kind of drunk one night stand that she regrets the next morning and then she doesn't want to be your friend anymore. So then you don't even get to be around her anymore. So at least with the other situation, you get to kind of keep her around you know, and stuff like that. So like I said, I'd still go with the red in either situation. So So yeah,
All
that
right,
was kind of a high.
last one.
All right. So now, if you had to read only one series for the rest of your life, would you rather?
Oh my god.
That's kind of easy for me. I would easily choose Harry Potter. I hate Twilight. I hate sparkly vampires.
Yeah.
I would usually still rather choose that.
I
But
love
that's
how it's just, how is this even a contest?
yeah, it's kind of okay. That was a
15%.
high good. Yes. Okay. Thank you. God, that would have been horrible. But yeah, so I'm just like I agree because that's just an easy series to for
That
me.
was a
Like
good last question.
yeah, that was just like wow. That was kind of a no-brainer too. Also, it's like really. All right, so thank you people so much for watching this video. So please, if you enjoyed it, give us a subscribe and a like on the video. It really helps us out. We're really hoping to grow as a channel and become a nice little community for us gamers and stuff to be able to enjoy a variety of different stuff together. So please remember, leave a like. Don't if you like, don't forget to leave a comment. We do requests for videos and stuff if it's a game that we have that we can play. Um, we do take requests so that we will try to get those done. If it's a game we don't have, we will try to get it. It will take priority over other stuff so that if we can get, we will get the game as soon as possible to play for you guys. So just let us know.
All right.